Little did we all know going into episode number 3 that our girl Komi would now have a dog. Yes, that is right. She now has a little woof woof. So Komi Can't Communicate episode number 3 was so freaking funny. Like, I mean, I laughed like so much during this episode. This Agari girl. So the Agari girl is the girl with the green hair, and she was introduced this episode. I just want to let you guys know straight off the bat. She introduced herself as blind, ugly, and plump. That's how she introduced herself, and her love is for the toilet. Like, this episode completely just like killed me from like a comedic point. Like, this was just so freaking funny. Like, so Agari ends up talking to Komi, and Komi and Tadano kind of communicate to her like, hey, Komi would like to be your friend. And instead of Agari like agreeing to this friendship, she says that she cannot do that, that the best she could do is to be her pet or like her dog. And she has all of those dog-like tendencies. Now the good thing is, as the episode kind of opened up, she also opened up and she was more communicative towards Komi, was able to actually like talk to her and stuff. So I guess her viewing herself as Komi's dog kind of allowed her to be able to open up a little bit more. But oh my god, the different antics of this episode were just so freaking hilarious, to the fact to where like Agari's in the library, and Komi's trying to just like be friends. He's trying to like say hi to her or anything. And this girl, she was described as, because Najire described her as, her being sensitive to those who looked at her. So she gets sick in the stomach. She'll throw up. She'll get cold sweats. She'll have seizures if you look at her too much. So when Komi was there in the library with her, kind of like observing her, this is what she was having. She was having like this anxiety attack because she has like this social disorder. She cannot like just like socialize with others, and she was like internally just like freaking out. Then she ended up going to like to the restroom, to her savior, right? Like, the toilet is her place of sanctuary. And she began to hallucinate about these like different events that may happen to her. And eventually she just kind of like breaks the mold, and then she feels Komi, kind of like, following her, but she wasn't at this time. Then the teacher asked Agari to go and tell the class that gym is going to be that PE is going to be in the gym today. And she runs to the class, and she has like this inner monologue angel that is like telling her, you could do it. You could do it. You could do it. It's just simple. Just say PE is in the gym today, class, and walk away and smile. So she's like, yes, I could do it. And she goes there. She's like, pa. And I lost it. I lost it during that moment. She is an amazing character, and I cannot wait to see more, is what I'm trying to tell you guys. The rest of the episode was really good. It's about Komi finally getting a phone, so she gets a cell phone, so she's now able to get the phone numbers of her friends. Tadano has a really cute moment with her, to where he finds out that Komi wanted to have his number as her first number in her phone, and he's completely blushing to where they can't even make eye contact after that. She's able to get Agari and Najire's phone number added to their phone, or added to her phone, which is really cute. Then one of the other most hilarious scenes in the episode today is she's practicing, right? So she's in her room and she's practicing calling. She's like, oh, I'm pretending to call. And we hear her speak, like really speak for the first time, but she like puts the phone up, and one of the phone's features is when you put it to your ear, it automatically dials whoever you were on. So she calls to Dano, and he's like, oh, hello, and she immediately hangs up on him. And he calls her back, and for the first time we hear her speak, she was like, sorry, you have dialed the wrong number. And he's like, oh my god, her voice is so beautiful. But that's like the first time she's like, you have the wrong number, disconnect call. And I thought that was pretty funny too. The episode then ended with them playing a social game with all of their friends. They finally invited Komi into it, and they ended up playing a game, like a game to where it was like, oh, whoever loses makes a kiss face. Tadano sacrificed himself for Komi at the behest of sacrificing his social standing even further in the class. And then obviously the last thing is everyone voted that Komi is far beyond a president, so they voted her god, and Tadano is now the class president, and Nejire is the vice president. So that's kind of the recap of the episode. But overall, like I'm telling you guys, like this anime is it's beautiful. Like it is, the animation is beautiful, but I love the in-depth characters and like the different characters that we have been introduced so far to. Everybody is so eccentric and is so unique, and they all have these different characteristics that really provide value to you as a viewer on this show. Like, I mean, we have Komi with all of her antics and the things that she can't do. We have Tadano, who's kind of like the glue that's kind of keeping everything together, like the sanity between it all. But yeah, he kind of loses it as well in moments like today when he wanted to see her kiss face. Like, he lost it. You have now Nejire, who is kind of like the social butterfly, but who also has like certain tendencies to kind of feel threatened often. And then now we have Agari, who is like this sexual deviant of a dog, who kind of likes who's kind of like a masochist in a way, like masochisty in a way, and that is in itself hilarious. So she's gaining these groups of friends, she's knocking down these pillars, but she's also gaining these extremely eccentric folk. But I love how the anime really focuses on going like in depth into all of them. It really helps enhance the world that they're building, the different characters that they're building around her, and as she's slowly working her way to be able to have friends and be able to communicate again. Like, even just her saying that line that she did over the phone, Tadano now has found out that, okay, she can speak a little bit over the phone. So if he can have like just a baby conversation, like just a little conversation with her over the phone, that's a huge step into something that she's never done before. So I like how they're kind of smashing this disorder, but through comedy and through realistic kind of like little attempts that they're doing. They're going from, writing on the chalkboard to writing on paper to now texting to potentially trying to talk on the phone, getting her to maybe not communicate, but interact with other people, making her presence known and stuff. So I think it's really, really cool. Like, it's a cool premise and it's hilarious at the same time. I am loving this anime so far. This episode was fire. It was just fire. It was just so good. Let me know what you guys think about all my thoughts. Let me know what you think about this week's episode. Let me know what you think about Agari, our little woof. And I hope to see you guys next week for episode number 4. If you guys missed our reaction, it's going to be right here. There's a video coming up right now. Video below, YouTube says that's best for you. I'll see you lovely people next week. Peace out.